How about Jace? He's Mr. Consistency. If you want to have a body like Jace, he's built this body from scratch, haven't you, mate? You come in here like a little whippet, little stick boy. He's like a stick figure, wasn't he?
A bit of shape around it, but didn't have any sort of muscle.
Yeah, he had farm strength, didn't he? He was off the farm. We got him out of the bush. We kind of refined him a bit, didn't we? Knocked the edges off.
That's right. Took a few of the rough spots out.
Yeah. Look at him today. Everyone wants to be like Jace. Hey guys, Ninja and the body.
Hello,
Jace.
Here we go.
Good thing you got your top off today, mate.
Yeah.
We were working on his foot.
I was overheating him.
So he's hot.
Wouldn't read about it, would you?
This bloke is
the
hot.
old thermostat just blows up a little bit, but nah.
Yeah. Being serious just for one moment, if you like us, and you find us entertaining, and you want to be a body worker, learn about your body, subscribe. Come on, people, subscribe, please. Come on, do it. You'd be more entertained, you'd be more informed, and all you got to do is press a button. And
could actually learn something from Ninja as well. You might learn some anatomy or some obscure anatomy. I know there's a lot of fans of
you never know what you're going to get.
What do you got today for us, though?
We're going to work on his foot. So just the real common places we work for like plantar fasciitis and other things that crop up with the foot.
Could this be for body workers out there that might want to know how to do this?
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
There you go.
Most people in the world have got their foot coffins on. Their foot are all kind of crumpled up like this.
Office job and in hard shoes and that sort of thing.
They're not getting around like us in our bare feet all the time.
This might be how
then our feet spread.
People could learn this, Ninja.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe go and show them what they can do without giving away too many secrets.
You perish the thought, Jace. So look, Jace has got his feet are
clean feet.
They're in pretty good condition.
Yeah.
You know, we're barefoot all the time. We're trying to optimise ourselves.
There's no cracks like the whacker cricket pitch like Aaron's feet do.
Get back to basics. Get back to our pure form. So we weren't born with shoes on. So yeah, they cut off all that information that our body seeks, where we are in space. So the big thick soles, they're getting thicker.
Getting
thicker. There's even, with these plates that are going through it as well, the carbon fibre plates and things like that, they spring your foot forward. So
how fast do you reckon you'd be with them on Ninja though? If you got a big carbon spring in there, imagine the spring you'd be getting.
Yeah, I'd be like a flea.
Take a couple of seconds off your sprint time. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure.
But compromise your biomechanics, wouldn't it?
Yep. Yeah, I'd want my biomechanics.
Because it'd promote more heel striking, wouldn't it? Because the spring, I imagine, is pushing you forward that way.
Yeah, you got to go like this to spring or something. You want to kind of spring like that off your toes when you're sprinting. Even any kind of running, our heel shouldn't be striking the ground, even if it's a slow jog. Should be on our toes, but it's just not the same as much of an angle. So if you kind of got the big, thick, 2-3 inch heel, it's very hard for you to kind of land on your toes and 4 foot strike. So denying yourself and just how tight things are. Our feet want to express, so then we can kind of absorb forces better. We've got a better understanding where we are in space. We can kind of do more agility stuff, so we can kind of turn and change direction and things like that. So that's kind of what we want to do with our bare feet, and the old important earthing as well. So EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, you might have heard of that. So we're bombarded with electrical pollution these days. So it's more so than ever. We've got all these radio waves, phone waves, microwaves, just all these different things that are coming into our body, and they should kind of just go through us and into the earth. Because our shoes are insulators, they're plastic and rubber, they insulate so they don't let the release of these ions come out of our body. And we're on floorboards, we're on carpets, they don't conduct ions either. So we have an earthing pad on our bed, see that? So touching that, even through a towel, it works. You can check it out with a voltmeter. So you can kind of dispel a lot of that negative energy, if you want to call it that accumulates in our body, and we can live more freely and more optimally. So yeah, it's something to think about. Wi-Fi's and phones and things like that, just how much it affects us. And they don't really know, because a lot of the phones and all the different generations of like 5G, 4G, 3G, all that kind of stuff. How do they know what the long-term effects on that are? Because it hasn't been around long enough to know yet, has it?
What do you reckon? Ninjas are going to turn us into aliens or something?
Yeah, we might. We've got the
third eye,
three-eyed fish, haven't we? The Simpsons kind of predicted that. I think it came true.
Pollute the water too much, you create a three-eyed fish.
Yep. Just going to go through.
Well, there'd be a fair bit of pollution in our water in there. It's chock full of goodness, isn't it?
I think one of the main ones these days is it's not all the chemicals and stuff anymore. It's actually plastics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Microplastics. Something new.
It's become a new thing, hasn't it? The new health, not fad, but fad, I guess. Yeah. Everyone's talking about microplastics.
Isn't there like places where the currents take all these plastics and rubbish, and there's like islands the size of countries in the middle of the ocean in places where there's just all plastic kind of accumulation. Yeah. So yeah, we've got to get rid of it properly, or kind of recycle it, I suppose. If we're going to make it, it's sort of might as well use it again, because that's the there's a word for it. It's something we were talking about during the week. There's this obsolete something. So they make things so they break down. They only last a certain amount of time. Whereas there was a light bulb that's been going since 1910 or something like that. So like 115 years straight. Jeez. Might even be longer, I'm not sure. But I remember looking at it, and they were kind of saying that, the light bulb makers, back in the 40s were saying, they're too good. We sell a light bulb and it just keeps on going.
We've got to make it a bit worse.
We've got to, make them, making them too good. So we have to, so it's become this obsolete obsessions or something like that. It was the name of the phrase. So that's why we have so much stuff, TVs and cars and you name it. Watches, phones, toys, whatever it is, they're not meant to last because there's no money in that. You want people to have to upgrade and buy again. It's business.
Humans? What do you reckon? No, that's a different topic.
Replace your body. That's the thing. We can't replace our body yet. So I suppose people are trying to do that.
You reckon robots are
robots? You have a
AI
put
body?
Your head on a robot body. I suppose people are having knee replacements and all this kind of thing, hip replacements.
Replace from the neck down.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you reach the 50-year mark and you go, all right, I'm going to go in and change it over.
I've trashed this one.
My head's still fine, so I'll go in and just smash another body.
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
Or do you reckon there's people that are going, geez, my head's a bit rude, so I'll smash that and do something different.
Needs a reno.
Get someone else's head.
Take it in the panel shop. Yeah. I think that's been going on for a while too, hasn't it?
Bit of plastic surgery, you reckon?
Yeah, facelift and plastic surgery. Some of it I kind of don't. I see these lips that are just they're like sausages, aren't they? It's like
each to their own. Not discriminating, but probably something.
The bigger the better. But it's like they go talking and going.
I love this foot treatment's gone a bit rogue, hasn't it? This is a proper MMT video. Started out as a foot treatment, ended up into conspiracy, facelifts. That's part of why you follow us, guys. A bit of random shit gets spoken and...
We don't know what you're going to get.
Eventually something might land.
How are you going to know?
Somewhat intelligent, so we hit the mark sometimes.
Yeah, we're onto it. Mate, how about Jace? He's Mr. Consistency. If you want to have a body like Jace, he's built this body from scratch, haven't you, mate? He come in here like a little whippet, little stick boy. He's like a stick figure, wasn't he?
A bit of shape around it, but didn't have any sort of muscle.
Yeah, he had farm strength, didn't he? He was off the farm. We got him out of the bush. Off the farm, just picked up calves and bales of hay, and carried him around. We kind of refined him a bit, didn't we? Knocked the edges off.
That's right. Took a few of the rough spots out.
Yeah. Look at him today. Everyone wants to be like Jace.
I don't know about everyone, but...
Nah, a lot of people. We had a bell curve here. You'd be... The people in the guts of it would want to be like you, I reckon. like the 90%. So just sort of worked all through the arch here, a bit along this bit here, but there's all these different layers to the foot as well. It's sort of like you got shoes on already. So, and there's little muscles right in between the toes as well. So you kind of try and push through and push through other tissue and then try and affect that, where it might be pulling the bones together. So just slowly work it. And yeah, there's a bit of intensity when you work in the foot. There's so many nerve endings there. Particularly the big toe, I kind of know the big toe is like the third most complex of nerves into a region in the body. I know jaw is number 1, your thumb is number 2, and your big toe is number 3.
Ooh.
So why would they make it so complex? It's not to have it snuffed out and never feel anything. It's because it's part of your balance, it's part of your survival, it's part of your life is dependent on your big toe and to be able to carry you around and get you through life. So it didn't, with that complexity that it's kind of built up over time, it wasn't thinking you're going to be wearing hockers everywhere.
What about my high heels, Ninja? Am I still able to wear them?
High heels. Yeah, you can wear your high heels.
You reckon they're all right?
Yeah.
Just not hockers.
Nah.
The old hock tours.
Hock tours. So yeah, working like that. So we can kind of really spread it like that. Try and work all between those toes. Deep in there, nice and slow. And shift that out. So what I'd be doing if I had someone like Jace come into my treatment room, I'd be encourage them to get their shoes off, get outside, earth out, but do their exercise in bare feet, in the gym. Like most gyms now are kind of open to it a lot more than they used to be in the past. At least you can have socks.
At least let you do socks, yeah.
Yeah, socks is footwear these days, I think. So, yeah, you get so much more out of your workout just by doing one simple thing, because there's all this unconscious calculating and things like that happens with your feet, so they can kind of pick up on different little things. And yeah, particularly with landing is a really important one. So we do our agility and jumping and things like that, little runs, change of direction in bare feet, and it better teaches us how to navigate it when we do play games, or football, netball, basketball, whatever. You can turn and be more agile because you've learnt how to use your feet better.
Less chance of knees and ankle injuries because you know how to sort of absorb forces, and your ankles are actually built up to move, and even if they do sort of roll a little bit, they've got that stability and ability to react rather than sort of completely roll over and sprain or strain and that sort of thing. So
correct.
Oh, we're back where we started.
Yeah,
we've come full circle.
Suppose if you like this kind of banter, maybe check out our Patreon.
Yeah, that could be an option for you as well.
We're pretty much doing this the whole time, just going rogue.
Or there's good ASMR content where we don't say a word. So that might be like...
That's rare as well, isn't it? Sometimes we can... Yeah,
but if you just like watching good bodywork, there are videos that we don't talk, and there's other videos where we talk absolute shit. So you might like either of those.
Yeah. Something there for everyone.
Otherwise, you can also learn from Ninja and Aaron. So if you're a practitioner and want to upskill or improve your knowledge, or if you're someone that just wants to know more about your body, book in a call with Aaron and Das, and they can see if you're the right fit for the course. You can do it online or in person. I might even be there.
We'll see. Including these boys in the 5 days now. So
yeah, there you go. Might make a special guest appearance.
Come and meet the boys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Done.